All right, I have eaten my Cheez-Its, I have drinking some water, and it is time to lock in. Um, can't wait. So technically, my last class was today. Um, and then starting tomorrow, I'm taking a final essay. We're not doing it on finals week, we're doing it tomorrow in class. So technically, my finals start tomorrow. But I figured I'd just come on here because yesterday I unfortunately had another bad tick attack when I was trying to study. And yeah, so that didn't go well. I had to stop studying, and then I basically was just sitting. I fell asleep, which tells you how out of it I am because I usually try not to nap because it fucks me up for later. Um, but yeah. I also don't remember when quiet hours start, so I kind of wanted to get one last like good stream in, even though it's just co-working. Before tomorrow because I don't remember if they start tomorrow or if they start Saturday or Sunday. But 24-hour quiet hours, not that I'd be a problem. I've never gotten any noise complaints about streaming. My neighbor, on the other hand, who plays excuse me, some sort of game where she's um doing like I'm assuming it's something like Apex Legends or something like that, where it's you can talk to people in game. Yeah, there's a lot of noise that comes from her, and she can be heard down the hallway. So I don't think I'll be the problem. But anywho, so the agenda for today is I got to study for my essay. I have to like kind of write out an outline, brush up on notes, that sort of jazz. And then let me check, I forgot already. Um, I wrote geo if energy. Okay, so geology if I have energy, and then I'm just gonna put that down there. Okay. I'll probably only be going for about like 2 hours max, just because my roommate has a class this time, and he'll be getting back sometime after 3:15 if he's coming home. I don't know. I haven't asked. Um, let's see. Is there anything else I want to ramble about before we get going? My arm hurts. Well, no, it doesn't. I had the medical vampires take blood today. The good news is I don't have to worry about getting more tea because they were able to just give me the tea and the syringes in advance, so I don't have to like try to get up to college, which is a 2-hour drive, on like my only week off during camp. I'll be able to just continue because even though it's only been a month in, they're taking my labs now. Um, the problem with this is I'm right-handed, and ever since my first draw, I've just pulled from my right hand due to them not being able to find a vein in my left or my right arm. So my hand a little sore because I write with my right hand, and there is a little bit less blood than there should be in there. Anywho, that's enough rambling for now. Let's get her going. Um, I changed the color and the language. I changed it to French because I was in French. I don't know if we'll keep with that or what, but that's I keep on forgetting what I'm. Nope, that's what I need. I know what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Yep, and then I'm gonna get a timer going. Do I want to? Yeah, I might as well. It worked well last time, so we'll get a timer going. We might get some lo-fi going. We'll see how I feel in a bit, but I definitely will get like some background noise going in the game because I am not sitting in quiet and trying to do this. Let's get some background noise going. Um, that's what I wanted to ramble about. I don't know why this made me think of it. Timekeeper cookie. I love her. I love her dearly. Actually, I don't remember the pronouns because I've seen in Oven Break that they might use they, them, but then I've seen so much of in Cookie Run that suggests that they might use she, her. So I'm gonna go pull up the wiki real quick. Timekeeper Cookie Run Kingdom. If she's a she, they, she is a she, they. Yes! I love her. Um, Everyone's been hating on her voice because everyone thought that they would be like more chaotic, but then they've got this really, really calm voice. And I absolutely adore that because, like, you can tell that they are still very chaotic, but they have this calm voice, and it's a little just, it's like, I love it so much. You wouldn't expect that level of chaos from someone who speaks so calmly, and yet they can just do whatever the hell she wants. This whole thought process was triggered by the Cookie Run Kingdom Instagram. Oh Jesus, they just posted another one. They just posted one that's oops, all timekeeper, and there's just a bunch of timekeepers going around the screen. So this is what triggered it. What time is it? Yes, no. I said yes. 92% said yes, 8% said no. The next slide, wrong. It's timekeeper o'clock. I got the password. And then this one. Okay, spoilers for Cookie Run if you don't want to know, like, episode 15 of Beast Yeast. Okay, um, so, Timekeeper, quote unquote, said a brief intermission to remember her, and it's, today must be, Eternal Sugar Cookies anniversary. Is that today? Yes, that is today. So it's just a brief intermission to remember her. I have to say it kind of does almost look like a an honor of photo. Anywho, um, Rise and Grind is for the people who aren't directors. I'm the big boss. And then the next one, this is the next slide, by the way. Time balance department profile, timekeeper cookie, big boss, away, do not disturb, and then infinite local time. Um, Looks like I've got a busy schedule ahead, and it's just her pushing her, like she clocks in, and then the next minute is her lunch break, which is infinite. Love that for her. Would you work for me? And I did the demon face that was smiling. 88% people said that. And then this is what made me really, really laugh and how I absolutely adore her. Because just imagine, like, this is a person with a calm voice who's doing all of this, right? So this is the time balance department application for employment. Your personal info, you have your username, your desired role, your availability, and your pay rate, which is coins to hour. Very important questions. These are all yes or no with the exception of number 6. Are you a cookie? Do you want to work here? Do you accept me as your boss? Did you go to school today? Yes. Did you eat your veggies today? No. Who is your favorite cookie? One right answer only. Well, I know what you want, timekeeper. It's obviously you. Don't know who Wind Archer is. Don't know who that person is. Um, and then acknowledgement and authorization. I hereby certify that all answers given herein are true. So if I were to actually write this, I'd do my username, which I think is, again, just Kyle. I'm basic. Desired role. Personal assistant. I don't know. I've read some fan fiction and my pan heart is simping over her, like, hard. I am simping over them hard. Um, am I cookie? I don't care about pay. Availability, fuck if I know. I feel like that's fitting. Um, am I a cookie? I mean, Koi cookie exists. My cookie exists. So maybe. I also have a cookie Reno C that is lavender cookie, who is actually on the screen right now. So maybe. But am I? No, I'm not a cookie. Do you want to work here? Yes. Do you accept me as your boss? Yes. Did you go to school today? Yes. Did you eat your veggies today? Did you? No, I'm not even gonna say that. I almost said, do Cheez-Its count? What part of vegetables aren't Cheez-Its? Oh, I had potatoes today. That counts. Yes. Who's your favorite cookie? Timekeeper. And yep, I certify that that's true. It's amazing. I love her dearly. She's so chaotic. Anywho, let's get to work. I've had my rambles. It was fun. Okay. Yep, there we go. I've rambled for 9 minutes now. It's typical. What other song do I want? Let's get a spirit going. Swan. Is that Pan? Is that possibly I pet the tone? Okay, maybe it's morning? Attends. Oui, I like this one. I also like this one. And then it's one of these I'm gonna need. We're gonna go to the kitchen first so I can figure this out. Cuisine. Or cuisine. What did it want me to do? Did it want me to cuisine? Prepare? Okay. I'm not doing the dishes. I'm not reading. I'm not doing that. Coupe? Nope. Flute? Cuisine. Bonk? No. Bonk? No. Bonk? Nope. Let's try again. Coupe. Bonk? Nope. Bonk? Nope. Bonk? Nope. Manger? Bonk? 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 Je ne sais pas. Avec soin. What is... Okay, I need word reference for this shit. Luckily, it's already up. Soin. What? What? With care, probably. Pour les repas après le temps. Temps. Oh. Duh. I forgot to check on that. I don't remember what they wanted. I think it might have been this one. That looks right. Oh, okay. We'll get that going. Put that down here. Let's pop into Shred, see how he's doing. Should I see if I get a bigger peepee? Peepee. 18-incher. Holy shit. I think that's the highest I've ever gotten. I've also gotten the canonical shred, which is 1 inch. Okay, I need to focus. Focus, brain, focus. Close that tab. Don't need it for right now. I need you. Okay. Okay, so this is for my women's history course. I might yap about it a bit just so I can talk it through. Might help me remember things. I don't know. Um, but I have 5 questions. There will be 2 that will be on the assignment tomorrow, and I only have to answer 1. But that means that I have to prepare at least 4, if not 5. Because no matter what, if I prepare 4, then one of my 2 I'm gonna have. But honestly, I'd prefer to prepare 5 because then I have 2 of 2 options should I have not prepared for one, you know. So, anywho, um, so the first question is explore how women within U.S. history supported, negotiated with, and resisted patriarchy. Be sure to include multiple historical eras within your essay. So, the format for this essay would probably be like intro paragraph with thesis, that good shit. And then 1 paragraph for supported, 1 paragraph for negotiated, 1 paragraph for resisted. So for supported, I have courting and calling within the private sphere. The private sphere is like the home sphere. It was the sphere for most of history where women were supposed to be. So I had that because the whole concept of calling, where a man would come into a court, like a potential wife's home and court her at home. That's something that I thought of, albeit my brain was kind of fried when I wrote that, so I feel like I could probably come up with a better one. But we'll start with private sphere for supported. Negotiated. How did they negotiate with patriarchy? See, I can't decide whether the idea I have would be negotiated or resisted. Um, at the beginning of the year, I read a book called, or beginning of semester, I read a book called Female Husbands, which was about people who, uh, it's what it sounds like. It's basically early history of trans people, although we might not refer to them as trans because we have no idea if they would have identified as trans had they been in our day. Um, there's a good chance that like some of them might just be lesbians, but the only way to be in a same-sex relationship was to transition. I think that's a good example of negotiated, yeah, because some of them did change, but they did it to stay, like they resisted patriarchy by changing their gender, by transing their gender, which is a term that's used in the book. That's why I'm using it. Um, but then they fell back into the systems of patriarchy. A lot of times, like there were unfortunately examples of some of the female husbands being like very quote unquote manly at the time, so like very abusive and derogatory to wives. Hi Alexa, you came at a hell of a time. But yeah. Um, so I think that'd be a good example for negotiated. We'll do that. Female husbands. I'm just doing some schoolwork here. And then resisted. I'm just gonna say 50s to 80s feminism, frankly. And it's the most recent on my brain. We just finished talking about that. And really 70s because I read another whole book. I read Feminism is for Everyone by Bell Hooks um, for this class as well. And so specifically like 70s feminism is in my brain, but really from Betty Friedan on up to the 80s basically. I feel like it's pretty good. So we'll just do that. Okay, number two. Oh, good God. Okay, so these are like very broad questions, but they're hard questions. Explain how the social construction of race influenced women's experiences in the United States. Be sure to include examples beyond the black-white binary. Oh, yeah, the older of my two puppers is actually going to be undergoing surgery like the day or two before I come home for his leg where he had like a torn ligament or something like that. I can't remember. He messed it up badly. So he'll have a cone of shame on too for a while. I hope he's recovering well though. Yeah, for real. That's good. Hmm. My mom, I was talking with my mom last night. She's ecstatic that I am doing a Blue Book essay tomorrow. I mean, I am too, because it's kind of like a core experience of university, like American university is taking a Blue Book exam. But um, she was jealous though that I didn't have to buy it because our professor bought it for us. So even though they do sell them at the bookstore. Okay, I'm gonna skip this question for now because my brain isn't braining. I have concepts of a plan, but not a good plan. So we're just gonna move on to number three. I do have ideas for this. This one was one of the ones I was more confident on. So number three is, do women within the United States share a common history and identity? If so, what is this identity? Uh, if not, should this class exist? Women's history exist. Yeah. Well, it's just basically like, that's fair. My mom was 2000s, I think is when she graduated, so like early 2000s. It's definitely the analog portion, but like if you were in college in 2016-ish, I'm assuming you probably did most of your essays on computer, which is how most of the essays nowadays would be had this not been a history exam. And both of my history professors are understandably uh, very anti-AI. And so the reason why we're doing handwritten for both of my histories is because they want to uh, negate any risk of someone trying to use AI on the exam. So, just have to figure out how to structure this one. I could do something like, hmm, I could do examples, and that could be my body paragraphs. Because my answer to this is yes, despite us spending an entire semester. It's like short answer no, long answer yes type of thing. Um, because women in the United States do not share a common history or identity that depended on um, your race, your class, family history, where you were, sexuality, all of these things, where you fell politically, like all these things affected how you were going to have an experience as a woman throughout history. But at the same time, the reason why this class is women's history and not just like a gender inclusive class or whatever, because we do have to make that distinction because most of history just focuses on men. So this one, the reason why we need the women's history class is because otherwise we don't focus on it. But that's like the basic answer. My longer, like more college student answer is that women share a common identity, like a common history. No, not really. A common identity. Um, they share the discrimination that brings them together. Like patriarchy, they shared their experience of all being affected by patriarchy in some way. So I feel like that's a pretty good way to say it because, like, the reason why this class should exist and the reason why there is a common identity is because, like, they all experience some form of disadvantage that makes it harder for us to study them and makes it so that like they're not in the archives as much or they're not paying attention or like anyone who's taken even a beginner in a, a history class who has even touched on women, you know that the story of women is told through the men they're related to. It's always the wife of so and so or her father or whatever. So I feel like that's a really good argument for the common identity is being affected by patriarchy. So I could state that I could basically be like, common history, eh? I mean, the common history is shaped by their experiences of idea. I have an idea. Common history for most of history. This is just notes. I can't even use these notes on the exam tomorrow. So I have to kind of just like memorize my arguments. So I'm just writing shit down on the paper and hoping some of it might be good enough. I'm really out of it. My brain cells have left the building. Um, I went straight from a dissociative episode to a depressive episode, so yeah, I'm doing great. I am actually. I'm doing fine today. I'm very much just want to get this done because even though I have to still study for French and I mean I don't want to study for my geology, so that's still going to be a little bit more stressful. But once I get to my French work, I just have to review grammar. So if I get that done before I have to end because of my roommate, you know, that'd be ideal. And then I can spend the rest of the night just kind of chilling. So I might want to start working on packing up. Uh, there's so much to be done. I just gotta start planning on the easiest way to pack up, honestly. Which is crazy to think about. But Freshman year is almost over. So, common history. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I forgot what it's called. It's not ideology of separate spheres. That's what it's called. Which can kind of lead to my argument of like, because ideology of separate spheres is an easy way to point out how patriarchy affected all women. Because, like I was saying on that last point, it's that the men's sphere is the public sphere. So they're the ones who are supposed to be doing like jobs, who do business, who are just seen in public. And the women's is the private. They're supposed to be a good housewife, take care of the home, take care of the children, do all the chores, go shopping. But even then, the shopping oftentimes would be accompanied by a male because that wasn't her sphere. And this is something that we see, frankly. I mean, we still see it today. It never really went away, but it's definitely better. We really see it up until the 1950s. I'm just going to say, this is from what my own thoughts, from what I've gotten from this history course. I'm not like an expert by any means. I am a freshman in university. Um, yeah, so I feel like that's a pretty good way to tie it together because even up to like the 1950s, before people started to really fight. Sorry, my brain just went, ooh, idea. But I don't even know like which one. Probably number four, which is quite literally define the ideology of separate spheres. The fact it was a class, there's like a class divide as well of like working class women, lower class working class women who, or a lot of times women of color, were already working in the workforce. So the common 50s feminism movement where white women were like, we don't want to be housewives anymore. We want to work. That would be the dream for the working class women who just work all day and are still expected to be housewives and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a class thing there too. But that's not something for this question. Okay. I don't think I could write a full paragraph on like a common history and then a separate paragraph on a common identity. So I'll probably just group those two together of common history, use the example of ideology of separate spheres, and the common identity is the experiences that they have in relation to patriarchy. I really wish I took these notes before. I did not. And then that would be kind of like good to, God, last week I had brilliant ideas on how to answer this question, and now I can't think for shit. Because it's like, I'm just trying to think about how to form a thesis, and it's like I can use examples and tie it back together, but that's like an awkward thesis, and I'll be repeating myself over and over and over again. Which I've learned is good for history essays, but you know, that's besides the point. I should not get distracted by shred. Wrong tab. Right tab. I can spell. Good luck on the works. Thanks for popping in. So, yeah, I could I could do what I just explained, like have that be all in my introduction paragraph and then do 3 examples and like tie it together. Or I could do intro and then because it's either I do that or I have ideology of separate spheres and patriarchy be 2 different paragraphs and I have like an awkward third example one. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. I'm just gonna stop the timer because I'm kind of like in go mode right now, so at me being a smart. There we go. I can now see when my ads are running. Oh, I bet I could do that with the chat too. I could, but then I'm more likely to get sidetracked on my phone because the whole reason why this worked was because my phone was occupied with looking at chat, so I couldn't get sidetracked. Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna keep on going round and round. This question is not going well for me. Um, no, because that's not really a commonality. It's a separate thing. I was gonna say something like, um, another thing, the reason why this class needs to exist is because intersectionality exists, but like I need that to agree with like the common identity. So unless I say something meta like the common identity of women is that they all have different identities. Okay, we're gonna move on to number 4 and we will come back to that. Identify, Jesus. Define the ideology as separate spheres. Why did it emerge and how did it influence women's experiences? Well, paragraph 1 would be define. Paragraph 2 would be emergence. And paragraph 3 would be influence. Okay, now let's do some thinking. I could say something like a define, or brain, catch up, please. Come on. Thoughts in my brain, my mouth just isn't communicating it. Oh, good, I'm having a demographic reaction to something too. That's great. As a way to control someone. That's what I was trying to get at. Holy shit. Brain's taking a while to catch up. As a form of control. This is for emergence, like why it emerged. And order. Influence examples I could use were things like a lot of the rights, so like right to vote, right to work. Dating culture. Actually, that I think that's actually pretty good for influence because it says be sure to include multiple historical eras within your essay, like the fight for the right to vote and how that ties back to ideology as separate spheres. Sorry, brain was thinking. Um, yeah. Right to vote and how that ties back, that would be the women's suffrage movement, which was late 19th century, early 20th century. Work was 20th century in the 50s and onward. And dating culture was like the 1920s is the one I'm thinking of. Anywhere from courting up to like 1920s, or up to the 50s actually, when it shifted. Because originally, like I was saying in the last one, it was a private sphere thing. And then it moved into the public sphere in like the 50s. And well, even before then, where you wanted to be seen with the right people out and about doing things. So I'm not like confident in any of these anymore, which really, really sucks. Why is gender a useful category of historical analysis? Use specific examples from the class to prove your point. I mean, that kind of ties into number three, where like we know that there's discrimination and we have to draw the line somewhere. And the way that we draw that line is through gender and saying, well, because they're all a part of this one community, they're all a part of gender. Like they're all part of gender. Yeah, that's a good sentence. They're all a part of being female. They have a lot of like experiences of like discrimination just in general and disadvantages that they struggle with. Um, and that's important to account for because a white woman's not going to have the same like experience as a black man, even though both of those were historically disadvantaged people, let alone a black woman. That's a whole nother field. So I think I've explained it pretty well. I just now have to think about how to structure this. Gender is a useful historical category for historical analysis. Well, I said race was like one of them, kind of like intersectionality. Um, I feel like patriarchy again. I don't know. It really just helps them kind of fit into history as a whole. Like, it's really not something you can remove from a person's identity. Like, even coming from my perspective of being gender fluid, but AFAB, because I was assigned female at birth, like, I still have a different experience than someone else who was ANAB. There was, right at the beginning of the year, we read an article by a historian named Joan Scott, whose work, she does a lot of work with the French Revolution. And one of her points was um, when she was trying to like talk about women, people would say stuff like, well, my view of the French Revolution doesn't change just because I now know women were there. And it's like, well, you should, because it's the fact that women were there that it adds so much more to this history when you account the other two things of like how they're different and classes type of thing. So maybe I'll just say patriarchy, race, Joan Scott, and those are like my examples for now. I think I'm going to go back to like number two and number three, and then I'm going to sit on this for a bit and then come back to it a little bit later tonight. So that way I can just hopefully let these, I'll probably read over my notes too. Just let these simmer for a bit and pray for the best. As long as I don't bomb this test, I'll be fine. I have an A in this class, so. Bath break? Maybe? No. Problem is, it's no longer showing me my timer, so I don't know how long I have until ad break. I just saw something shift on my screen, so I thought it was ad break. Oh yeah, ad starting soon. Okay. It's actually a good point. That's away. Okay, I've kind of come up with an idea for number two, which was the race one. My plan is to talk about white women first and just kind of how, like, even if they were a lower class, they would have still, like, better experiences than other, like, black women. And then I'm going to, because I don't want to just do, it says be sure to include examples beyond the black-white binary. Um, I was thinking, like, doing a race and class intersection. So, like, that way I can basically say something along the lines of, like, black women or immigrants are typically lower class and tie that into class, and then I can, like, it's technically not about the black white binary, it's about class. And then I was going to use this specific example of, like, Chinese immigrants and how their women were seen as prostitutes, and because a lot of people were trying to either send money home or bring their women into America. Uh, that's one of the reasons why the Chinese Exclusionary Act happened. So yeah, um, like I said, I'm gonna just sit on this for now. I'm gonna switch over to geology, sit on this, hopefully let some more ideas flow. When I was planning this out last week, because we did some of this in class where we were talking, like, it seemed so easy, and now my brain's just like, I can't think. I really hope ideology of separate spheres is on there, because right now that's looking like the one I will have the easiest time, followed probably by, like, gender being a useful category of historical analysis. Um, Possibly number two, which is really funny because I was struggling with number two. The one that I thought I would be the best on was number three, and right now I'm kind of struggling with number three with ideas. Okay, let's switch over to geology. I'm actually going to take, like, a quick 3-minute break, and then we shall switch over to geology. I don't need another cookie run box. I don't need another cookie run box. I don't need another cookie run box. I want another cookie run box, but I don't need it. Okay, let's do this. Oh, shush. Hi, Rainbow. I got caught red-handed. No, see, it's even worse. It's not even that I'm not focusing on stream, it's that I'm not even focusing on my schoolwork. Okay, let's do this. Study guide time. Wait, do I need last exam stuff? Last. Fuck, did we talk about that when was our last exam? Can't remember. Oh, I switched Spirit City over to French. It's today's Thursday. It's Thursday. Yeah. It's like the only thing that is changed currently because I wrote everything else in English, but like you can see that's not English. Although that's really small, so it's kind of hard to see. there. So, yeah. I was in French class earlier and I did that. So, I'm like, what games can I switch? And the one that I didn't need to switch was the one I switched. Okay, yeah, I do need to focus on fossils. Okay. Nice. I haven't eaten yet. I had some snacks when I came back to the dorm, but I might make some ramen later. We'll see. Hi, Apex. I'm pretty good. Mm, I'm a little tired, a little stressed, but I do be chilling. Had a blood draw today, so my arm's a little sore, but otherwise, chilling. Yeah, well, it's either I do that or I don't get my testosterone, so. Before I became uh, disabled, I was the same way. I still hate needles with a burning passion. And my blood draw today was actually kind of a rough one, so I won't talk about it, but it was just like, ugh. But when I became disabled, I had to do a lot of blood work because we had to eliminate stuff like mono and shit. So, see, I'm good. I just look the other way. Although I think I concerned my doctor today because halfway I just went silent while she was trying to like do it, and halfway through she's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm," because I went silent and I'm staring at the wall, the opposite direction. Damn. Mm, I'm gonna rip this page out. I don't feel like trying to go back and forth a million times over. But the one good thing is I got my testosterone in advance, so I don't have to like do a panic run back up to my uni town halfway through the summer, which is like 2.5 hours away from my summer camp job. So I could have presumed that. That seems on par for you. Me when? I mean, what? Okay, fossils. Oh, right, that's what I did that for. Well, if you can tell when I got my fountain pen because all of the doodles just got like 10 times worse. Is this where I need to be? That's great. Okay, there we go. I'm in the right section. Oh, spirit. Yay! That positioning's a little suspicious. All right, I already forgot I changed it to French. Okay. I don't know why I switched it to French. I'm gonna be so for real. But now I'm kind of committed to the bit. I might switch it back later, we'll see. I did get like a general understanding of what this was saying though, so that's a success on my part. Yeah, I've gotten so much better with shots ever since starting tea. Um, but yeah. For whatever reason though, the tea needle just like doesn't hurt. Like my migraine medication that I take once a month hurts more than the testosterone needle does. And it doesn't feel like regular like vaccine. So it literally like I know that there's a needle in me, but I can't feel it. And so I think that's the only reason why I can't do it. Hmm. As they should. I mean, you did bite them, but they're like, here, have a lollipop. Okay. They're just like, here you go. Your reward for finally letting go. Hmm. Okay, let's get this going. Does it make me happy? Gentle breeze, afternoon, honk, whisking, and That's great. They're like, here, take this before you bite someone else. Is this the one I need? Possibly. I don't think so. No. Oh, I know which one I need. Duh. That one. How do I not own the gay one? That's a tragedy. That's fair. That tracks. Let me pet. There we go. I mean, I'm illegal in like 72 countries, and my life would be really shitty in at least 15 states. Oh, right, I should probably put a timer up now that we're just. I mean, you're scary, but it's. I need to get my brain all together. Jesus Christ. I need to focus. Oh, shit. Water. Give a minute. It's almost like I forget to drink water, so I purposely put it that cheap so people would remind me to drink water. And like, when I say I'm bad at remembering, I suffer from migraines. I know that like when I get dehydrated, I get into a lot of pain. And yet I'll still forget. And then once I drink a lot of water and my migraine starts to go away, or like my headache, because that wouldn't be a migraine, it'd be a headache. And I'm just like, oh, right, water exists. That's fair. Sometimes I'll have electrolytes in it, but I don't want to steal another one of my roommates' liquid IVs, although today would be the day to do it because of the draw. Speaking of roommate, I should probably text him. That way I know if I only have 45 more minutes or if I have longer than that. Oof. Ooh, ouch. Okay, back to Z work. It's a good thing I'm starting the study guide now because I did not remember anything of our fossil unit. Albeit right now my memory is about 2 to 3 business days back, so it's bad. My memory is in the gutter right now. Yeah. Well, it is, but it's also like fossils are in the rocks, and this is also geology of national parks, American national parks. So it's kind of just here's the science behind the national parks. Have fun. I'd much rather be doing that. I'd probably remember it better than this. Okay, dinosaur national monument. Dinosaur. Rawr. Dinosaur. Dinosaur. Okay. Do-do. Not dinosaur yet. Rawr. Oh, rawr. Oh, rawr. That is a vocal stim of mine, that like silly dinosaur audio. Oh, yeah. I'll realize like last minute that I've made a decision that like ended my run. And I'd realize like the second after I clicked the card or I clicked end turn, and I'm like, well, I just fucking lost the game. I think I know which monster you're talking about too, because I have Slay the Spire 1 too. I don't have number 2, I have 1, so I think I know what monster you're talking about. I was gonna make a joke, but then I remembered the bingo, and you wouldn't appreciate that joke. So let's just get it out of there. Okay, where are my notes about Dinosaur National Park? What the fuck? Oh, it's above. Hmm. Oh, I just didn't write down why that formation is special. Great. Okay, well yay! That doesn't help me because it doesn't explain why the fossils are there. Sandstone, river, uplift of Rockies, and erosion. Okay, Badlands. It's there because rock. Yep. See, I know that. I spent an entire semester basically learning that. It's just that the question is asking me how understand the unique fossil preservation. So understand how the unique rock make fossil go burp. I don't know. I just word vomit half the time and hope it makes sense. And I'm hyper today, so the only thing that would make it worse is if I was unmedicated, but I actually did take my meds. Yeah, unmedicated koya while being stressed is a fun koya, and I mean that as in it, I'm spicy. I'm more spicy, which I feel like you and Finn would have fun with. So Badlands. Yeah, I did kind of mumble the rest of that. Whoopsie. Prairie dogs. See, I don't use the word brat because I'm not, and I know that. I use the word spicy because it's just me pushing a little bit more than I normally would. So, yeah, you're a wildfire in that case, but I think it would for us both. It would just be like an ingy little frog. Like, you know that video where it's like the small frog that just squeaks and they're like, this is a sonorous war cry. And it's just him squeaking. I feel like that would be me trying to prat. Just, I'm so, I'm so big and scary. And I'm just making a little noise. Hmm. Well, let's be real. If I ever bratted, you would be already there. Unless you set fun on me, you'd be the one dealing with it. That's fair. I like it, Slay the Spire, but I definitely like there's only so much I can do. I do enjoy it though because some of the gameplay reminds me of a card game that I like to play, a TCG that I play, but don't I usually can't play all that often, so it's kind of fun to be able to play it. A similar type of thing. Oh, a similar type of thing, but like that. So, mhm. Burr, burr. Felt that. Did you do anything in particular to fuck it up this time, or is it just general? Ow. Because I understand both. I mean, I'm shrimping right now, and I should probably fix that, but it's fine. Just ow, yeah. I think I'll just study until the timer runs out on geology, and then I'll go back to the women's history, give it a second look, and then we'll see how I feel after that. I might call it after that. We'll see. I could also work on French. Who knows? I'm a public history major. This is my life. It is. basically my, yeah, I'm a little tired of it at this point, but I still enjoy it. It's just I'm working on an essay. Like tomorrow I have to take an essay first thing in the morning at 9 a.m. And when I looked at the prompts last week, I had like solid ideas for this essay. And then I looked at them today and my brain's just like, we do not remember anything that has happened in this class. We do not remember how to think, actually. Fuck you. So, I've been a little screwed over recently by my brain. I was trying to do this work yesterday, but my brain just said no. So, it can be a hit or miss one for sure. My experience is you either like it or you hate it, and it really just depends on what type of history you get because college level or university level history is so much different than what it was K through 12. I never thought I was gonna like um history, and then I'm now in university history and I'm like, oh yeah, see, this is the history I like. This is fun. Rah. Okay, well, I didn't take notes on that, so that's a little oof me, I guess. I think it's because it's just like isn't it sandstone? Oh no, it's soft sediment that gets eroded easily, so it's easier to uncover it because it's getting eroded naturally, as I'm remembering correctly. I'm probably not, though. I don't remember much. Desert. Oof. Oh, there's that too. Should write that down. Paleosol. Fossil Soil. There we go. Yeah, it is. It's quick erosion, which is why there's a lot of fossils. I forget what desert pavement is. Did I write it down? Nah, I zoned it out. That's typical. I'm like, he won't ask about this. I can just listen. I, in fact, cannot. Oh, I know what it is now. That sounds comfy. I should do that. I'm in shorts and a tank top right now, even though it's like 30 degrees outside. No, it's not. It's actually a little bit warmer. It was 30 this morning. It's 53 right now. 54 at, give me a minute. Settings, general. No, stop that. You, stop. About 12 degrees Celsius. But it's cold in my room right now. I don't know what its importance is. I just know it's there. Mm. Ugh. Nom, nom, nom. Okay, yep, now I'm on to reefs. I'm gonna run ads once the break starts because I have a 5-minute break coming up when that timer is done. So I'm just because otherwise we're getting ads like right after I get back to work. So I'm just gonna push ads till when the timer's done. See you guys in 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. I've got a little bit longer left on my break, but you guys should be back now, so. Okay, so good news. I did actually start looking over my women's history stuff and I did come up with another idea. I forgot about a specific topic, the laws of coverture, and that can be used as answers for pretty much two or three of these, so yay. Okay, I feel a little bit more confident about this now. What should I do? Hmm. I'll continue looking over my notes, see if there's anything else I think of, but otherwise, I'll probably head back to geology for a little bit, and then after this next cycle of 30 minutes, probably just call it. That way I can have some time just to chill before my roommate gets back here and before the wing meeting. Oh, I forgot labor unions were a thing. Does that fit in anywhere? I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was eating a cookie. It was very good. It was homemade. A member of my church sent it to me. So I don't think I need the ad break pop up anymore because I'm not going to go that long to worry about it. I think what I will do is restart this timer though. I can't restart. Damn. There we go. Okay, let's do this. How are reefs formed? I should get a pizza. Pizza sounds good. I shouldn't spend money though. I just had an unexpected expense of $60, so in my defense, I was not expecting to leave with testosterone. I really want to do my shot, but I've switched it all the way to Wednesday, or not Wednesday, Saturday. And my brain's like, I want to do it now, which was always a problem because I did it on Friday. But now my brain's like, give me the tea. I'm like, no, no, we gotta keep it once a week. But yeah, I've been on tea roughly for 5 weeks now. Because last week was a month. So this week is 5 weeks. My voice is definitely I can still go up to my higher register. It's just a lot easier to stay in this register here. And I've been having a lot more voice cracks if I do try to go up higher. So, yeah. I feel like there's more vocal fry too if I try to go higher, which is always really funny because I used to have more vocal fry down in this register and now I have it when I go up here, so you know. I'll stay down here so that way it doesn't annoy anyone. Lord. Why did I reset the timer? I could have been almost done. Let me just finish Reefs and then I'll call it. I think we'll raid to Shred just because it'll be funny because both Rainbow and Roy have me tabbed up. And so all of a sudden they'll come back and realize that they're double watching Shred. And that just is funny to me and I don't know why. I gotta stop zoning out. Focus. Come on, brain. Oh wait, no, I don't wanna make sure I do the whole raid thing, because even if I said it's literally just Rainbow and Roy, he'd probably still be like, well, I'm still gonna play the raid, or like the channel trailer thingy. Nah, I'll probably just end stream in that case. I don't know the environmental conditions. You haven't described them to me. I know limestone is made, though. Okay, well, I've hit a wall. Um, and I kind of want to take some time to myself, so I will probably go back to studying a little bit later, but I'm going to log off. Let me see if there's anyone else live. I mean, Gloomy just rated in, so. Fuck it. He's doing the message now. Have a good day, everyone. I hope everyone has a good day, night, evening, day, whatever the hell it is for you guys. Afternoon, that's what I forgot. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. Hopefully there'll be a stream tomorrow. Um, yeah. Where is he? There he is. Go.